Cafe. I'm your host, Chris Mahan. Each weekday, I give you some tips and strategies you can use to become more successful, both in your personal life and in your business life. So when you get an opportunity, perhaps a short break at work, enjoy one of these 5-minute videos. If you've got a cup of coffee or some other favorite beverage, that's all the better. Let's jump into today's video. Last week, you might remember I shared the wisdom off of my coffee cup. Excellence can be obtained if you care more than others think is wise, risk more than others think is safe, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible. Well, in this week's edition of Success Cafe, I'm going to be focusing on the topic of failure. Now, why? Because risk involves the possibility of failure. How can you risk more than others think is safe if you're so afraid of failure that you only operate in a fail-safe zone? I'm sure many of you have heard the phrases fail forward or fail your way to success. Well, what do those really mean? I mean, to begin with, to fail forward or to fail your way to success requires a shift in mindset. It requires a shift in the way that we talk to ourselves and the language that we use when doing so. Successful people see failure as a necessary building block to their success. To them, if something doesn't work or if it doesn't produce the results they want, that they're striving for, they don't see that as failure. They see it as a learning experience. They view it as an opportunity to grow. They see what others call failure as a necessary course adjustment. I'm sure most of you are familiar with how Thomas Edison answered a reporter who asked the question how he felt because he had failed so many times as he attempted to try to invent the light bulb. And Edison's reply was, "I've not failed 10,000 times. I've successfully found 10,000 ways that it will not work." Now, while many people believe failure is painful and should be avoided at all costs, successful people understand that hidden in our failures are the lessons we need to learn in order to grow and to break out of mediocrity. A focus on failure prevention leads a person to only attempt those things they know they can do. But when you operate that way, you place boundaries around yourself and you limit the success that you can achieve. So I want you to see failure in a different light. I want you to believe that you cannot fail. You can only learn and grow. I don't want you to see failure as a finality. I want you to see it as an opportunity to start over more intelligently. Avoiding failure leads to mediocrity. And I want you to experience excellence in your life, in your relationships, and in your business. But to obtain excellence, we must be willing to risk more than others think is safe. And that requires a willingness to stretch yourself. And yes, even a willingness to fail. In tomorrow's episode, we'll begin looking at some famous failures. And I hope in those stories that you will see the lesson that failure is not a finality, but it is only an opportunity to learn and grow. Until tomorrow, this is Chris Mahan at Success Cafe. Hope to see you again. Bye now.